for the red. There
This
you go,
camera?
buddy.
Are we live?
We're live.
F it, we'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
Sweat Equity Podcast coming to your Walkmans from 1988. The podcast about pragmatic entrepreneurial advice with dick jokes. I'm your host, Law Smith. Eric Redinger to my right, stage left on your screen as you're watching this on YouTube, Facebook Live on our Facebook page. You might be watching on Roku. What else are we on?
That's it.
That's all
Is
the
that
video. We need to get on Twitch.
Our website.
sweatequitypod.com. This episode, as always, is brought to you by Grasshopper FreshBooks, Warby Parker, and Roan. Try grasshopper.com/sweat. That'll give you a hookup on your business phone line, $50 off. FreshBooks, go freshbooks.com/sweat. You don't need QuickBooks. You don't want Xero with an X, Xero. That's some like Chinese QuickBooks, I think. I don't know.
What a weird, stupid name.
But if you go to gofreshbooks.com/sweat, you'll get the hookup. Holler if you hear me. Helps out the show. And you get the direct deposit the next day. I can't emphasize that enough. Warby Parker, warbyparkertrial.com/sweat. That'll help out the podcast as well, where you can get 5 pairs of glasses to try on. I've got my prescription. I gave them prescription, typed it in. They sent me 5 pairs. I tried it on in the office I was in about 5 years ago, and I let all the women in the office just
Move down
decide
to Tampa,
for me.
change your name to Law Smith.
Boom!
Now you got free glasses, baby.
Yeah. Now you're seeing the outside in kind of method of the e-commerce people starting to have their retail stores in every city like Warby Parker.
Yeah, complete backwards regression here.
Yeah, think Amazon, think Microsoft Store, think Apple, all that stuff. But warbyparkertrial.com/sweat gets the hookup. And then Roan, try roan.com/sweat. Try Roan. Roan is your high-end Under Armour. I shouldn't even use that kind of term. It's like
high-end performance apparel.
Yeah. It's got the best stitching that you can feel. We got to get some and wear it on the podcast one day.
Beautiful stitching.
And if you don't want to help us with any of the sponsors, you can always help us by sharing this podcast, as we are on iTunes, Apple Podcasts app, Spotify, Google Play, Laughable, and hit that hashtag GirthyRI, hashtag 69B2B, hashtag Sweat Equity, and our website, sweatequitypod.com. Share it with a friend, loved one, or someone you hate.
Yeah.
Just want to go, here's some advice. Take it.
Listen to these guys, idiot.
Let's hit that hottie toddy. Hottie toddy, bah!
My sweat equity. Sweat equity. Sweat equity. My sweat equity. My sweat equity. What about my sweat equity?
The intro's getting tighter. It's not. Feels good. I think it's because of all the super creative creatine I got in this Bang drink.
Yeah.
So
Good
you haven't
colors on that, too.
you haven't seen any douches drinking this energy drink?
Yeah,
around
I've seen
town?
one. Today. You.
Yeah, but I'm saying like you got it. It's like you know what? Well, first off, the flavors are like rainbow unicorn, cotton candy, blue jazz.
You sure it's jazz
Like-
with an A?
Well, it could be with an I. I don't know. I don't know how to scat like that. But it's this is definitely where we are in idiocracy times. That's kind of why I got it. I think it's kind of funny. And it's made by Red Line, which if you've ever had the Red Line one, it's the one that's like at your favorite gas station, it'll be like, this is like 3 Red Bulls in one.
Dude, that shit makes your skin crawl.
Right.
It's like, oh.
It's like a pre-workout drink kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we are now in those times where we have just mixed both things together. We're in the idiocracy times.
Yeah.
It has to be like made to look for kids should want to drink this.
Oh, yeah. That
it
looks delicious.
It looks like it's from
full of bubble
1990.
gum.
Yeah.
Mm.
Rainbow Unicorn. Look,
Yeah.
that's the name. That's so.
Jeez.
I didn't even know it was called Bang. It's literally called Bang.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna bait today.
Yeah.
Like in that movie.
Go away, bacon.
Yeah. I'm setting our live stream up on Facebook and making sure we're sharing a watch party.
Ooh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
You guys know what I'm talking about?
I did it once and didn't understand what I was doing.
Yeah, what it does is it basically we're getting to these kind of interactions where, hey, I want to watch the Irishman and make fun of it with you while we're watching it.
Right.
But companies are trying to figure out how to make these things interactive that we've now taken away from being interactive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot. They got too many, options that aren't clear. They all kind of seem like the same thing. Schedule it as a premiere. Have a watch party.
Have your kids found the Disney Plus stuff yet? Is that?
Oh, we were watching Santa Claus 2 starring Tim Allen last night. Super underrated. It's really funny.
What?
Surprisingly, yeah.
No way.
Yes.
The
Check it
movie
out.
that makes a parody of like a contract?
Yes.
Because it's the Santa Claus.
The Mrs. Claus. But that's not, Tim Allen's funny. I'll give him that.
Whoa. I would never peg you as a Tim Allen fan.
I mean,
He did a lot of cocaine at one point.
Exactly.
He
he's
went to
cool.
prison. That's what people don't know about Tim Allen.
Got a badass mugshot, mustachioed.
Isn't that crazy though? The guy, like he went to prison for a while.
Yeah. But
Started
drugs
comedy
and
in Denver.
whatever. Yeah, but it's a funny movie.
I know a lot of Tim
I
Allen.
love
facts.
the
I don't
idea
know.
of if you murder Santa, you get to be Santa.
Oh, is that the
That's
Claus?
in the first one. That's how he becomes Santa Claus.
That's
is
just Highlander.
Santa Claus falls off his roof and dies in his yard, and then I think he puts his outfit on for some reason, and then he's Santa, and he gets fat overnight and grows a beard.
Yeah, I remember that part.
Spoiler alert.
So it's kind of like Highlander meets the part in 7 where they feed him too much food.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Remember that part?
Oh yeah.
Gluttony.
Yeah, I remember now. Mm-hmm.
If you're watching this,
in the bug.
if you're watching this live, feel free to ask any questions live. We'll try to answer them on air. We're trying to do a lot of things as we don't have our tripod. Where John Paul will pour some out. He isn't dead. He's just not awake, probably.
No, he's awake. He just doesn't want to come over to my house because he's got his own place now. And it's his cave, and he doesn't leave it.
Well, it's makeshift studio we're doing here. We went over
You're
this.
watching us.
We went over this last. Yeah, that'd be even worse if he didn't come over. Y'all are literally like a mile away. Not even.
Yeah. 5-minute drive.
You can walk for sure. It's a
Yes.
20-minute walk.
Yes.
And it's 60 degrees out, so it's like almost perfect walking
Beautiful
weather. But yeah, it's one of those things where if he's watching and not over here, that's funny.
I know.
That's a certain kind of like passive aggressiveness. Yeah, I'll say it. Maybe he'll come over here.
I highly doubt it. Sorry, don't mind me. Changing out my keyboard batteries.
So we've been wanting to talk about how about we'll get into narcissism in a second. How about
Yeah, but what about me?
I didn't find, it was just in my feed, but I liked it enough. How about some good news for the end of the year? 2019 illustrations this is on Board Panda, which I always like the site. It's not too much.
Never heard of it. What? Say
Board
it.
Panda. So it's
Spell it.
Board Bored
Okay.
Panda PANDA
Okay.
.com.
I just didn't know if it was like BOARD.
Oh, like chairman of the board,
Yeah, could have been.
like that Norm Macdonald clip on Conan. Did you ever see that?
No.
He's talking to God, who's the hot chick from Ally McBeal and like
Callista Flockhart?
wrong. No.
Good, because she's
And she
not.
was in a Revenge of the Nerds, I want to say. Maybe the 4th one where they go to Daytona Beach. God, I don't want to look it up. And there's like 2 nerds listening to this, like, her name is blah. But it's superfluous. So Norm Macdonald, this is from the 90s. This is Norm on Conan. And she's in a movie starring with Carrot Top. And it's called Chairman of the Board. And then Norm pipes in. He's like, "Are you sure it's not Chairman of the Board BORED?"
On
And
Conan?
Yeah, and it was like,
Norm Macdonald's the best. Yeah.
and like Conan like loses his shit. It's one of my favorite. It's one of the best clips ever.
Oh,
but
he had that locked and loaded.
I don't know. It seemed pretty improv. Just like when you're really proud of yourself when it's.
Off the cuff.
So So basically, this article was from that. They recycled some content from it looks like something called the Happy Broadcast, which would be kind of the opposite of our show probably, but
Grumpy cast.
but the world, like, it's like 50 illustrations that of good news. We see all this bad shit all the time in our feeds.
Yes, I love it. Thank you.
So this one's like,
cheer me up.
The world is literally a greener place than it was 20 years ago. NASA's satellite study finds.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
And
There's more trees now than ever.
And then
we're not climate change deniers or anything. It's
my
just,
brain immediately goes to someone talking about climate change
right.
and going, well, that's because, you know, some of that is melted and now that's why.
Yeah.
Greenland's actually green now. And you're like, okay. How that gets into my brain, that conversation is not good. That's like an intrusive thought.
Yeah, I don't like it either. There's some conversations.
Your head went there too, though.
Well, I know, but I mean
weird.
That's why, you know, that's what it is though. It's like I just don't want to have that conversation. There's some that are just dead conversations.
Galapagos iguana makes return to the island after almost 200 years after Charles Darwin recorded him there.
Well, where did he go?
I don't know.
Oh.
That
doesn't make sense though.
What do you mean?
It's an iguana.
Yeah.
Returning to an island? How does an iguana return to an island?
Because maybe he wanted to go flex
the forefathers of the iguanas
in South America.
Yeah, and then they swim back.
I don't know. Look, man, I'm not saying a lot of them have holes in them.
I'm gonna poke holes in all this shit.
Yeah, these aren't condoms, man.
That's what guys do.
Taiwan's parliament passes historic same-sex marriage law, making it the first place in Asia to do so.
Sweet, let's move to Taiwan.
We're that much closer. I mean, we don't.
Thailand.
Look, if there was domestic partnership for, I was thinking about that when I read that one. I was like, do gay people? I know we legalized it at one point, and it was a big deal a year and a half ago, and it came out of nowhere. Felt like, but I don't know if they still get domestic partnership benefits because it's like a state thing, right?
I don't know either.
I'm gonna have to call some gay friends.
Well, I've got my gay neighbors that right down the street that probably know.
Well, let's go. Let's just take the cameras and walk down there.
Oh, okay. Got a pretty long cord.
Let's see.
A lot of equipment.
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to find one that's not gonna make you angry.
No, just to give it to
me.
Hear
about
mushrooms?
This. Scientists found an edible mushroom that eats plastic, and it can clean our landfills.
Tell you what, mushrooms
are magic.
They are magic. It doesn't. I'm not even talking psychedelic mushrooms.
Right.
Like, there's crazy stuff. That guy who's on Rogan. What was his name? The guy with the mushroom hat.
Yeah.
I just had it.
The guy
I'm gonna play that game. But he was talking about just like pest control used for mushrooms.
Fungi guy.
Yeah, but there's uses
the
for these
fungi.
things.
Yes.
I think we got it.
Yes.
I think we got it. There's all kinds of crazy uses for mushrooms, like just like I said, pest control.
Patch your roof.
Whatever that is, eating plastic, patch your roof.
Whatever.
Change your life, have a psychedelic, amazing transformative.
Put your hymen back together, all those things.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Oh my God.
There's more.
Pick them.
There's 50. I really tried to find the ones that you wouldn't hate. Like, I don't really like this one. San Francisco's Cuddle Club unites senior people and senior dogs who need companionship, exercise, and affection. It's like, I don't know.
One of those are in for a very sad. How often is that happening?
This one I don't.
One of them dies.
This one I don't like because I know. I know about the economics of Iceland through Michael Lewis.
Well, who doesn't?
Iceland becomes the first country in the world to legally enforce equal pay for women and men. And that one's tough because there's 300,000 people in Iceland. That's roughly the city size of Tampa, Florida, if you didn't know.
Yeah, it's a lot easier for them to implement stuff.
Well, a lot of these are out of like Iceland, Netherlands, Sweden, Finland, all the like fun stuff where they put like gardens on top of like in the Netherlands, on top of like bus benches where they have the little awnings. They just put little gardens. Seems pretty easy. They're like that helps the bees and some shit like that. Okay.
They've got it figured out, those Scandinavians.
Yeah, but it's not. I heard it's a misnomer how they're doing so much better than us. What's good about America, and I'm talking about our America, not Central America, definitely not, or South America. I'm talking about the U.S. of A. What's good about us is, as a collective whole, we have low self-esteem. Like we will always think we're racist, and then when you look at it against like any other fucking country in the world, we're like the most open country there is.
Well, I don't know about that. But,
What?
you know, about most open.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, sure, yeah, technically, but
The whole
those things
the whole
still, they're
idea
there.
of the United States is it's a united thing of like it is the melting pot.
Yes.
Right?
Agree. Yes.
And so, yeah, you go to Sweden. How many black people are in Sweden?
Well, it's too cold, man.
What does that have to do with anything?
don't know.
That's
I
what I'm
just
saying.
know
So,
people
like,
do.
what I'm saying is we're way more inclusive than like almost every country in the world.
Yeah.
Okay?
I guess. Sure.
Or you gonna say Germany?
No, I didn't say it. I'm not gonna
They
name
still
any.
have a
I don't know
PR
any others.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't know off the top of your head, like, get past. You get to like, you know,
I think like
east
France
of
is
France,
very
really?
open to like. Well, yeah. I mean, I think they legalized gay marriage in like 1880 or something insane.
Yeah, I think they still have a lot of. I think they're more xenophobic than the United States of America.
Well, in general,
American.
it's about individuals. Like they do these meta studies. Where it's like
Right.
this is the happiest country in the world. It's like there's still shitty people in Finland that are grumps and nobody wants to talk to them and all that shit. They ain't happy no matter what you do.
Oh yeah. Ever watch any films that come out of there? They're the creepiest,
Yes.
and that'll tell you something because the more art that comes out of an area, sometimes they say the more strife there is. Like Russia has the best ballets, has the best theaters, and all this stuff. It's because they had so
stuck
much
inside.
shit bogging them down.
Yeah.
What a country.
Yeah. Let's not talk bad about the Russians.
I'm fine with the
Probably
Ruskies,
hacking
man.
our shit.
They're not hacking anything. We created the mechanisms for them to hack. They don't make anything. They just destroy.
That's true. I don't know what we're worried about. I heard that Putin has a phone that he uses like Windows 7 or something that's like easily hacked that he just refuses to get off of.
You'd think he uses a sat phone.
You'd think. But, you know, the hubris, the narcissism on he's saying, fuck
There you
it,
go.
what are you going to do? Bring it back around.
Before we get into that narcissism, in Rome, you can now pay for a metro ticket with a plastic bottle. I like that.
Yeah.
350,000 bottles have been recycled.
And actually, Russia, there's like a machine that you can do squats and it'll spit out a subway ticket.
No way.
Yeah.
What?
You do like 20 squats and you can get a subway ticket.
Man, they're going to have like Brazilian asses in no time.
Yeah. Look
Squat
out.
for
It'll
train
take over
ticket.
Instagram.
Where'd you see that?
Reddit. Everything comes from Reddit.
Why aren't you procuring more Reddit stuff? What is that? It's only like 30 rubles is about not even a dollar.
dime.
But 30 squats. I love that.
Yeah.
That's like I like incentive-based stuff where it's like you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. It's fine.
Right.
You pay $1 to not be obese. It's really
Or to be obese.
to be obese, excuse me. To be lazy. Right?
Yeah.
30 squats is not
Not
nothing.
nothing. It was 30. That was the ticket price.
The ticket price is like 90 cents.
But I mean,
30
30 squats
rubles.
get you in.
But now just 30 squats are enough to ride the train. Yeah, in Moscow. Interesting.
So, yeah.
Doing
If you're
30
ever in
squats
Moscow.
within 2 minutes in front of a squat to ride ticket machine.
Huh.
Interesting. Wow. This is old too. This is like 2013. This shit's been around.
Yeah.
Huh.
Been around.
And you know what?
What'd you start talking about before that?
Narcissism? Or some of the fun, good news?
Yeah. We finished on the last one? I don't remember.
Let me finish. I'll over back here in a second. I had one more. Oh, this one was. So I'm poking holes through some of them. Like YouTube has banned white supremacist content, and thousands of hate speech channels will be removed. Here's the problem with that. It's not done manually. So that one's like, this one's
Done
not really good news.
algorithmically.
Yeah, it's done by bots. It's done by like, you say, like I've heard our friend of the program and probably our most famous guest, Sam Tripoli, who has Tinfoil Hat podcast. I've heard him talk about it a lot, and it's like he got his channel taken down completely. And he's like, he's not talking about, he's honestly, if you listen to it, he's not talking about anything that's like, let's start a riot, let's, because free speech is free until it enacts like the ability to. It's like you can't say fire in a
Right.
building. You can't enact like a riot.
Incite people.
That's what I meant. Incite. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
It's a slippery slope, though, especially when it's bots.
well,
Jeez.
and I want to look this up. How much is uploaded to YouTube every minute? How much is uploaded to YouTube?
I mean, where are they keeping all this shit?
Servers and stuff.
Right.
So you can't have humans really going through everything. About 5 billion videos are watched on YouTube every single day. About 300 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute. Which that almost doesn't like make sense in your brain. You have to like really 300 hours are uploaded every minute. How does that work? And you just have so many people just out there uploading garbage.
Yeah.
Most of it's garbage. Like YouTube's probably like, I wish we could have made this more of like a Yelp thing where some people are.
Yeah, like ratings.
They kind of do it anyway, but
I mean, subscribers are their own little sort of rating, but.
Yeah, a premium version of creators, because there's only like people talk about I want to be a YouTube celebrity, and you break down the numbers of how many people actually like kids. We're 35. I think anybody younger than us that has wild ambitions to do something like be famous on YouTube.
Too late.
It's like 50 people.
Well, I saw a
Like,
thing
make
on
money?
Reddit that broke down the top YouTube channels from like 2008 compared to now. And it was basically showing the difference in like individual people who started their own YouTube channel and blew up compared to like celebrities who got they got joined up with a PR company and then they, skyrocket because of their name.
Next level.
And it went from like 80% to like 20% of regular people in the top 100 or something that were actually like just not associated with another company or something big.
Yeah. If you eventually just can't do it on your own, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like I can't even imagine what kind of crazy shit you'd have to be doing to blow up now on YouTube. I mean, all the gamers they've already.
Twitch is its own deal. That's its own platform. Like
Well,
that's its own portal.
Well, I mean, but there's YouTube gamer guys that my kids watch all the time.
Well, they do both, right? So,
yeah.
we should be on Twitch, and we should.
If we should though.
If we
doesn't seem
can,
like-
if it, we might have to get back to Restream.io and just like use that and just play. What we haven't done is again, we haven't taken our own advice where it's like to get to the marketing aspect of this show or any advice we give to any client about kind of marketing is like we haven't set our own budget, what our own resources are. We talked about this a couple episodes ago. The cobbler's children has no shoes dilemma, where the cobbler's fixing all the kids in the town, fixing their shoes, their clogs probably in that parable, but not his own kids, and so form of child abuse, I'd say.
What a dick.
What a dick.
How long could it take? He's a pro shoe cobbler. Anybody who can just knock it out real quick, it'd be him. But he chooses not to.
Right. And so my thing
Which
is
also applies to us, by the way.
yeah.
Now that I say it
A little
out
bit.
loud.
What kids? And so my thing is like, you got to have your strategy where you audit your resources and all that stuff. We probably need to go through re-looking at the brand, but having a budget before that, and then have a content strategy, and then have the marketing aspects.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, what do we want to do? What do we want to get out of this? Eventually, it'd be fun to be booked on, have better guests. But I think first we got to get in our studio.
Yes. Literally not enough room in this room.
It's
for
a little,
somebody else.
and I'm a little hot, even though I got my Bang energy drink, not
I
a
know.
sponsor.
It's 52 degrees outside.
It's super creatine. Did you see that?
Yes, I know. We covered it.
I know, but I mean, super creatine?
It's also a mind control to make you keep talking about it.
Well, it does fuel my destiny.
creatine.
It does fuel my destiny, so.
God.
Creatine. All right, pump up bangs, potent brain and body rocking fuel.
Is that on the nutrition facts?
Yes.
The FDA is like, okay, sure, fuck it.
So I heard that this little grid, the way this grid's designed with nutrition facts, it's designed in such a way that, all right, so we talk about how your website design, your app design, we want your eyes to go where we want them to go, right? We're so used to this grid on everything now that it's supposed to be boring. Because people look at sugar, right? And it goes, okay, 0 sugars. But if you have 0.5 sugar, you don't have to add it into this.
Yeah.
So, does this have sugar? Yes. It has like xanthan gum and all that shit, right? So,
That's not sugar, but...
you know what I'm saying?
Well, I have a problem with those things anyways, where it has like, under the carbohydrates, it considers fiber a carbohydrate fiber. And it's really like, that's not the same. It's not like a sugar starch sort of thing. That's like, fiber's good for you. It doesn't have a caloric effect. It has caloric energy, but it's not going to, in your body, not going to...
And Metamucil's bullshit. You don't need that either. You just need to change your diet up.
No, I'm saying fiber...
No, I'm saying Metamucil is bullshit.
Why?
Because these things are told, you're told you need it and you don't.
I mean, if you ever been constipated and then took fiber and then you felt better?
I'm the opposite. I run hot all the time. So if I'm constipated, my kids do, but they're eating a lot of sugar. It's bananas, it's fruit. It's like, I'm like, hey, let's maybe slow it down on that. Maybe a little bit more protein.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Less like biscuits and, waffles and stuff.
It's, the kids, they're going to.
And my poor baby girl looks like she's having an exorcism. She's 2, and she'll just stop wherever she's doing and like,
why?
Because her asshole's ripping open. It's like a lacrosse ball comes out. Yeah.
Poor kid.
Yeah.
I'm like, I assume she's on the toilet, but she's not.
No, she just
does it in the living room.
She does it wherever she feels like it. Yeah. I had one of those ones my mom used to laugh about where it shoots up the back of the diaper. She used to laugh about that.
My sister's kids are famous for that. Big kids. Big poops.
The flume rind on the back.
Their hair.
Oh, God.
What are the PSIs in play here? Oh, my God.
Yeah, what's going on? I heard a sneeze, by the way, comes out of your face about 100 miles per hour.
Oh, okay.
Just throwing that out there. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm full of fun facts today. Narcissism test.
Okay.
So, because we're running out of time already, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna fill this out for you. You take it. You're probably not gonna get an answer, but let's do it anyway.
But they will for me. I'm special, so
it's gonna be strong. It's gonna be. And I saw this narcissism prayer, the narcissist prayer. That didn't happen, and if it did, it wasn't that bad. If it was, that's not a big deal. If it is, that's not my fault. And if it was, I didn't mean it. And if I did, you deserved it.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know if I read that as clearly, but
no, it makes sense.
So now we've talked about narcissism on the show. A lot of people have to deal with it in their everyday life, work-life balance kind of stuff. The big thing is when you run your own brand, you run your own business, your side hustle, whatever you're doing, it'll absorb a lot of your time. It'll absorb a lot of your thoughts. I've even talked about, I thought when I was kind of depressed, a year, 2 years ago, really bad, that depression in a weird way felt very selfish because your head's up your own ass a lot.
Right.
I thought that was narcissism. There's a difference between narcissism and self-absorbed. I think I'm self-absorbed, but I don't think I'm a narcissist. I don't think you're a narcissist.
Everybody is self-absorbed. That's
to a degree, right?
Humans in general, you're born. Your number one thing is going to be get mine. Survive, whatever. Like, do what's best for you.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Everybody has self-preservation. I'm using self-absorbed, and not in an absolute way, right? So when we're talking about this in shorthand, it's really tough to go. Everybody's self-absorbed, yes, but there's a gray area, right? I think when we talk about some of this stuff on the show, some people go, well, you said this about this, and it's like, well, it's not black and white. None of this stuff is ever black and white.
No.
I think both of us, we see things in the gray, and there is a spectrum, not like a Asperger's spectrum. Just there's a spectrum of, as Robert Earl Keen has a song called Shades of Grey. Yeah, got deep on you.
Yeah.
And
50 Shades of Grey, the book.
50
Shades
of Grey dick. Great porno.
That's, that's a problem.
That's
Grey dick.
That's the Villages.
That's a dead dick.
All right, so let's take this test for you. So self-absorbed isn't necessarily bad, but when it's anything and I look at this as an addiction scale, right? So anything that gets in the way of you doing anything, like you can drink a lot, but not be an alcoholic. There's a lot of functional drinkers that they take Ubers and Lyfts. They wake up and they're fine. It doesn't hinder anything they're doing really.
Right.
Except maybe they're marginally their health kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's not an addiction.
Helps their health mentally.
Right. That's not an addiction necessarily. I would say when it gets in the way, that's when it's an addiction. When I think of being a self-absorbed, narcissism for sure. That's the extreme version. That's where things are. You can't even see that. You don't even have empathy in a lot of ways. Being self-absorbed can do that too, where you can use that time. That's why I was talking to someone about this the other day. I was like, I felt like I was up my own ass so much about what's going on in my world, and once I started minimizing it a little bit, it's not that big of a deal. That really helped me, and then that created way more time to go do other things for other people.
Well,
that I wasn't doing.
A good thing to do in those situations is
go volunteer.
And this is actually John Paul Labadie does this for me. It's look at something that reminds you how good you got it. Like he's got this. There's like a guy on Facebook. He's a cop, and he's like a nice cop, and he's friends with all these. Basically some are homeless, some are just mentally ill or whatever. But he's befriended these people, and he does good things, and his YouTube channel or Facebook page is big, and it's a good reminder that I could be like these people in need of this guy's help, but I realistically, got it real good,
Right. Yeah, by being alive, you're ahead of the game in a lot of ways. Seriously.
Yeah. Well,
by not having cancer.
Take that, people.
By not having cancer right now.
Yeah. Sure.
Newsflash, asshole!
Now, this is part of the American part, what we were talking about earlier. We always want more than what we got. That's the hedonistic treadmill. We're going to get to a certain area. You own a great house, right? But you probably look around and you're like, it'd be cool to have that house down the street.
Sure. I don't want to move at all.
No. But you know what I'm saying? You get to the next level in the video game and you're like, I want to get to this.
Yeah.
That's the hedonistic treadmill. So here is, give me 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 is strongly disagree. 5 is strongly agree.
Okay.
Number 1, I secretly believe I'm better than most people.
3.
Okay. Obstacles rarely slow me down. I kind of hate these kind of tests, but yeah.
3.
I'm great at a lot of things compared to most people.
4.
So you agree?
Yeah.
I press on even in challenging tasks.
5.
I know there's something special about me.
2.
Yeah. If I was going to answer that for you, I'd say you're 2.
Yeah, thanks.
No, you about yourself. You about yourself, dildo.
Okay.
It's hard for me to enjoy compliments.
4.
I'm self-confident but caring.
No, you know what? Make the last one 2.
So you disagree.
I disagree.
So
I enjoy compliments. Who doesn't enjoy compliments?
Yeah. Okay. I'm self-confident but caring.
5.
I don't like to talk about myself.
5.
I feel uneasy when I'm the focus of attention.
2.
And would you like to receive news from Dr. Malkin moving forward? No.
Congratulations, you're a raging narcissist.
You have... Hello, Eric. I put your email in there, too.
Great, thank
Eric
you.
at sweatequitypod.com. Your average on the Egoism? Never heard of that. And then you have healthy narcissism.
Oh, okay. What the fuck does that mean?
It means this is a very good test to get you to take this guy's...
to buy his book.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Dr. Craig Malkin.
Okay, well, how much is it?
If you go to drcraigmalkin.com.
Find out what healthy narcissism means in my book.
Well, it's called Rethinking Narcissism, his book, not a sponsor. It's only 256 pages, came out 3 years ago. You can get it on Amazon.com. Let's check that out. I know what I'm getting you for Christmas.
Yeah?
$9? Oh, shit. Kindle?
You got an
$2.
Audible? Nice.
We got an Audible. Man, Audible is expensive. I'm not...
I know. It's kind of stupid. And they also don't let you just, like, you know, get it from your phone direct. Like, you got to go on Amazon. And then you have to send it to your phone.
Fuck that,
it's like,
dude.
Shut up, send it.
Yeah.
Talking
Eat
about.
my asshole.
You're not even pushing
with a
buttons
spoon.
anymore. It's like an algorithm that
Eat
just
my
does it.
scrum. Yeah. Eat my scrum.
Eat it. You done, buddy?
We're done.
What about my sweat equity?
Boom.
Sweat equity. Sweat equity. My sweat equity. My